Brain fog is one of the most well-known symptoms experienced by individuals after contracting COVID-19, so a test for the condition could be incredibly useful. A study published in Nature Medicine asserts that 2 blood biomarkers could be predictive of cognitive deficits 6 and 12 months after diagnosis of COVID-19. These findings, based on data from over 1,800 patients who were admitted to the hospital with COVID-19, were validated in an independent dataset and provide biological insights into factors that may drive long-term cognitive dysfunction due to COVID-19. Post-COVID-19 cognitive deficits, including brain fog, can be debilitating and affect day-to-day life. Their diagnosis includes both objective, clinician-based components and subjective, patient-reported components. However, how these post-COVID-19 cognitive deficits develop remains unknown. Maxime Taquet and colleagues examined data collected from 1,837 patients hospitalized for COVID-19 in the UK between the 29th of January 2020 and the 20th of November 2021. Blood samples were collected from these patients during admission to the hospital, and both clinician-acquired measurements and patient-reported measurements of cognition were obtained 6 and 12 months later. Using a statistical approach, the authors identified 2 blood biomarker profiles that were highly correlated with post-acute COVID-19 cognitive deficits. The first profile identified high levels of fibrinogen, a protein associated with blood coagulation that correlated with both objective cognitive deficits and subjective cognitive deficits. The second profile associated elevated levels of another blood coagulation protein, D-dimer, with subjective cognitive deficits, including brain fog, but also with fatigue and shortness of breath. The findings were largely replicated in a separate study of the health records of more than 17,000 patients in the USA. This included comparison of post-pandemic cohorts versus pre-pandemic cohorts, which the authors suggest demonstrates the specificity of D-dimer for COVID-19. The authors suggest that their findings may enable the development of models for post-COVID-19 cognitive deficits that could facilitate prognosis and management. However, they note that further research is needed in more cohorts.